dog. You don't see him yet. And then you do.
Poor pup learned the hard way that bees aren't snacks.
Peace offering for the gremlin.
Oh, no, 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 no.
When your human finally understands their true purpose in life, head massages on demand.
This is sushi. Sushi? Let's figure out how to take this white plate off. No! No!
Not all cats are afraid of cucumbers. Some are just undercover vegans.
Oh yeah.
This dog's energy is powered by Wi-Fi and pure chaos. Hello everyone. Today I will tell you a story. The story is titled, My Little Dog and My Computer. Please like and subscribe to my channel if you appreciate me. You can skip this if you don't like this video. Thank you very much. The story begins as follows. I never thought the quietest spot in the house would become a battleground. But then again, I also never expected to share my workspace with a dog who believed the spacebar was his personal trampoline. It all began one sunny Tuesday morning. I had just brewed a cup of coffee and opened my laptop to start work when a tiny bark echoed from the hallway. Max, my little brown and white fur ball with ears too big for his head, came bounding into the room with his favorite toy, a ragged sock that used to be mine. Not now, Max, I said with a smile. Deadlines, buddy. But Max had other plans. He dropped the sock right on my keyboard. The screen filled with gibberish. Then he sat and looked at me, tail wagging as if he had just composed a masterpiece. That was only the beginning. Every day, while I tried to write emails or edit documents, Max found new ways to interrupt. He loved the click-clack sound of the keyboard and would leap onto the desk whenever he heard it, paws dancing across the keys like he was typing his own canine novel. At first, I was frustrated, but soon his antics became the highlight of my day. I'd read out loud what he typed, pretending he was writing me secret puppy messages. Dear human, why do you stare at the glowing rectangle so much? It doesn't even smell like food. Love, Max. One afternoon, I was on a video call with my boss when Max decided to make an appearance. He climbed into my lap and barked directly into the microphone. The whole team burst out laughing. I guess Max has opinions about the quarterly report, my boss chuckled. From that day on, Max became a bit of an office mascot. People started asking about him before meetings. Is Max in today? What's Max's forecast for Q3? I even created a tiny lanyard for him with a name tag, assistant to the regional manager, Max. Max had a special fascination with email, or rather, with the strange tapping noises that happened when I typed one. He would tilt his head, then jump up and try to help. His assistance usually came in the form of stepping on the delete key or somehow opening 5 windows at once. One day, while I was away making lunch, Max took things into his own paws. I returned to find a half-written email sent to my client. It read, Hi Sarah, just following up on the docu-woof-woof-woof-JL's-J case. Luckily, Sarah had a good sense of humor. She replied, I assume Max is now handling communications. I approve. Despite the chaos, working from home with Max was never lonely. He had a way of knowing when I needed a break. If I stared at the screen too long, he'd nudge my elbow, bring me his leash, or simply stare at me with those big brown eyes until I gave in. And when Zoom calls grew dull, Max would stage elaborate zoom eyes across the room, crashing into furniture, tossing pillows, and once, dragging my slipper across the camera frame like a trophy. He brought a lightness to the routine, a reminder that even when things seemed serious, there was always room for a little silliness. Over time, Max and I developed a rhythm. He learned when it was time to sit quietly and when it was okay to play. I, in turn, learned to close my laptop every now and then and simply roll around on the floor with him. We started taking walks during lunch breaks. I'd bring my notebook in case inspiration struck, and Max would chase butterflies or bark at suspicious leaves. Strangely, my creativity flourished. Ideas came more easily, and work didn't feel so heavy anymore. One Friday evening, as I was typing a blog post, Max rested his chin on my foot. I looked down and smiled. The screen in front of me was filled with words, but it was Max who reminded me what they really meant: joy, connection, presence. So I wrote. Today, I didn't just meet a deadline. I shared a laugh with a dog. I found meaning in a bark. I realized that while my computer may connect me to the world, it's my little dog who reminds me to live in it. Max let out a small sigh, as if approving the final sentence. From then on, he had his own tiny corner of the desk, complete with a miniature mouse pad and a plush keyboard toy. He never really stopped trying to write, but I didn't mind. In fact, I started saving his typed lines. Who knows? One day, we might publish the Bark Chronicles together. Because in the end, my computer helped me work. But Max? Max helped me live.